A pleasant day to each and everyone. Today, me and my partner will going to discuss about the parallel and perpendicular lines. So I am Kristhel Taypin together with my partner, Riza, Faye, Suerte. So first, let's define what is parallel and perpendicular lines. So parallel and perpendicular lines are an important part of geometry, and they have distinct characteristics that help to identify them easily. So let's differentiate them both to determine which is a parallel and which is a perpendicular line. So if two straight lines lie in the same plane, and if they never intersect each other, they are called parallel lines. They are always the same distance apart and are equidistant lines. So this symbol is used to represent parallel lines. For example, AB is parallel to line CD. So on the other hand, when two lines intersect each other at an angle of 90 degrees, they are known as perpendicular lines. So perpendicular lines are denoted by this symbol. For example, PQ is perpendicular to RS. So another example is AB is perpendicular to AE, PQ is parallel to NM, AB is perpendicular to AD. So here are some other examples of parallel and perpendicular lines of real objects. Parallel lines includes railroad tracks, the edges of the sidewalk, rails of a ladder, opposite sides of a ruler, opposite edges of an eraser. So for the perpendicular lines, some examples of perpendicular lines are the sides of a set square, the arms of the clock, the corners of the blackboard, the window, and the red cross symbol.
Let us now look at the instructional materials utilized to teach parallel and perpendicular lines. First, let us define instructional material. Instructional materials are the content or information conveyed within a course. This includes the lectures, readings, textbooks, multimedia components, and other resources in a course. So, pictures are one of our instructional material. Teachers can show children images of perpendicular and parallel lines. In this sense, when information is given visually, more is taken in and the learners understand and remember it better. Realia is the next instructional material. Realia are real-life objects that allow children to connect new concepts and ideas to their own lives as they strive to make sense of them. To strengthen pupils' comprehension of parallel and perpendicular lines, teachers can employ realia. A teacher, for example, can utilize the opposite sides of the chalkboard to demonstrate parallel lines, or the joining walls of a room to demonstrate perpendicular lines. Last is a town map. Using a town map in the classroom stimulates curiosity, encourages exploration, and inspires problem solving. Learners will be able to distinguish which lines are parallel and which are perpendicular if we utilize a map. For example, we can deduce from this town map that Damien Avenue is perpendicular to Mary First Street. In addition, Mary First Street is parallel to Mary Second Street. Our instructional materials are a great way to introduce parallel and perpendicular lines to the pupils. As a matter of fact, utilizing these instructional materials will enable young math learners to reason more creatively about lines as they begin to determine which is parallel and which is perpendicular lines. So that would be all, and we would like to end our presentation with a quote from William Paul Thurston. Mathematics is not about numbers, equations, computations, or algorithms. It is about understanding.